I'm like you. I spent a lot of time on this, and I'll get into that here in just a minute. And I'm going to speak first, just so that gives the rest of the council a chance to take shots at me. So I prepared some notes here, and in fact, I'm going to read some of this. So please bear with me. I tried to make it halfway interesting. Okay. First of all, I'm going to give you some facts as I know them. These are facts. I don't think these can be questioned. Okay. In September, the HEB-ISD asked the City of Bedford to enact a daytime curfew ordinance to help combat truancy. After 2 weeks of investigation by staff, including checking ordinances of other cities and a thorough review by the city attorney, staff presented the ordinance to council on September 23rd, and the ordinance was approved. Another fact, since that time, HEB-ISD has publicly announced that unexcused absences have dropped from 22,805 during the fall semester of 2007 to 13,800 for the fall semester of 2008, and these were updated tonight. Okay. According to Assistant Superintendent Debbie Tribble, much of that reduction is due to the daytime curfew for public school students. Next item. Prior to the daytime curfew ordinance, the police department had the legal ability to stop juveniles out of school during school hours and ascertain where they should be. The officer could take several actions, including taking the child back to school, which really is downtime for that officer, because once he gets somebody in that car and he's running a taxi service, as I understand it, Chief, he can't give chase, he can't do anything. Is that correct? Unless he tells the kid to get out, and he's got to take time to do that. So as long as that kid's in that car, that officer basically is down. He's on downtime. And also, I don't know that that's really solving the problem. If they take them to school, they go to the principal's office, they sit there for an hour, or maybe they go back to class, the next day they skip class again. But anyway, okay, under the daytime curfew ordinance, the impact to the student and parents, our new ordinance, is that this officer may now issue a citation. But officers must ensure that the juvenile does not have a defense to prosecution before enforcement can be taken. That's been pointed out 2 or 3 times tonight. Parents of homeschool children have appeared at council meetings to express their concerns, to include, and this and other facts, their children are afraid to leave their house or enter Bedford, the constitutionality of the ordinance, adequate laws are already in place, the city is doing the school system's work, forcing Bedford taxpayers to foot the bill, and a further example of big government restricting liberty. The people who have spoken at council meetings opposing the daytime curfew cover 24 households, 15 living in Bedford and 9 living in other cities. Also, there is a statistical correlation between truancy and violent crime and between truancy and property crime per Dallas. Okay? Statistics. Okay? And these were the maps that Councilman Champney mentioned earlier. To date, City of Bedford has issued 2 citations, and you've heard that earlier tonight. One of the speakers did their homework and checked on that. Okay. Other cities who have had a daytime curfew ordinance include Haltom City, Watauga, Euless, and Dallas is currently considering it. Okay. Another fact, the City of Hurst recently took a citizen survey, and about 2 weeks ago, the results of that survey was presented to their student council. And I forgot to bring it in here with me, but the bottom line is that on that survey, they asked the question, what is your opinion, or what would you support a daytime curfew? And on that survey, 88% of the citizens responded that they would approve of a daytime curfew ordinance. The school district, another fact, has verbally provided me with specific examples of students who admitted they would not be in school if not for the ordinance. And you heard those tonight from Mr. Hearn and some others. Okay, and here's that survey. I'm trying to find the question. The respondents were HEB School District asked the city to consider enacting a daytime curfew, and this is Hurst, for minors to help reduce truancy in schools. Under the proposed daytime curfew, a citation would be issued if a child is caught away from school grounds during school hours. Respondents were then asked if they would strongly support, oppose, or strongly oppose the city enacting a daytime curfew for minors. 88% respondents either strongly supported, 52% strongly supported, 35 or 36% supported. And then you had 9% oppose and 3% strongly oppose. Okay? Thank you. Okay, next fact. The city attorney has provided a legal opinion to the council stating that we are not violating anyone's constitutional rights. I have not had any business owners or public school parents contact me concerning this ordinance, the daytime curfew ordinance. Okay, now those are the facts, and I hope I didn't state anything wrong. As far as I'm concerned, those are the facts. Now here are some of my opinions, and the council obviously is free to agree or disagree with any of these. My opinion is that the ordinance does reduce unexcused absences. The ordinance does reduce juvenile crime. The threat of the citation and possible fine is the most efficient method to reduce truancy by having many sets of police officers' eyes on the street at no additional cost to the city, because they're out there anyway. They're just aware. They're just aware. Something just like they watch for inspection stickers and tail lights knocked out or whatever. They're going to see kids that maybe shouldn't be where they're supposed to be. And I contend it's a savings to the taxpayer because it's the most efficient method, and it's more efficient than the school system adding personnel to get the same results. Because the school system, they're a taxing entity just like the city of Bedford is. People living in Bedford pay school taxes. Okay. The school would receives, and this is financially, and this is not the reason for all of this ordinance, but the school does receive more money due to higher attendance, which again helps the school financially, which in my opinion keeps the taxes lower. It's also a savings because reducing crime, it reduces crime by saving the cost of losses of people's houses getting broken into and things being stolen. So it reduces the cost of the losses as well as a possible increase in police protection if we had to hire more police officers to cover all the burglaries and so forth. The city has already spent, and I forgot one statement, I thought I wrote it down, I guess I didn't, but in another Dallas, this going back to the facts again, in Dallas, 18% of burglaries in Dallas were committed by juveniles during school hours. Okay? Okay, now, in my opinion, the city has already spent more time in revisiting the ordinance, responding to open records requests, gathering data, preparing for meetings, and paying additional attorney fees than we would have ever spent on enforcement of this ordinance. Okay, now, on anything I say or do, I always ask, this is a standard question I ask myself, what is best for the city of Bedford? Okay, now on this issue, do we do what 24 families have requested? Or do we look at the overall picture and consider 20,000 students, and I'm not sure how many families that is, reduce crime, reduce truancy, save taxpayers money, at no expense, in my opinion, to any loss of constitutional rights? As I see it, we have several choices, and here's some options that I think we can consider here tonight. First of all, is modify the ordinance, reword it a little bit. There's a few words that I know the homeschool people, they oppose in there, but from I understand, and somebody may want to talk to this later, I get the impression this would not satisfy the homeroom parents. They just don't want the ordinance, okay? Next option would be to ask that the homeschool children carry an ID similar to what public school children carry. But I'm told that this is not an option for the homeschool parents also. Okay? An option would be to rescind the daytime portion of the ordinance, just flat rescind it, no questions asked. And obviously this would make our council meetings run smoother and improve use of staff time and satisfy the homeschool parents. But would it really be best for the citizens of Bedford as a whole? Okay, another option